What is up, everyone, and welcome back to the vlog. Or should I say, welcome back to myself. I know that it's been a hot minute, and I don't know if it's too late to say this, but Happy New Year! Does that still apply? So I hope that you've all been doing super well, and again, I sincerely apologize for my super long absence. I have no excuse for it whatsoever, and I'm not about to make one. But I am back, and I am here today to teach you guys something super handy and super helpful. It's something that I've been practicing for almost the past year actually. And it's actually something that I discuss a lot on my personal page, like my Instagram. If you don't follow me, you can follow me. It's at Karamia Allegra. You can check that out on the text here below. And I actually also talk about it on my art page. You can again check that out here below. But anyway, so the wellness tip that I'm going to teach you guys today is how to create to-do lists that you can actually accomplish. Now, before we get into that, I just wanted to say that I am going to make a more conscious effort to put out content by the weekly, on the weekly. I'm not so sure which one is correct. Feel free to correct me down below. Okay, so let's talk for a quick sec. We have all been there. We've all tried creating to-do lists, but we never finish them. In fact, it gets so tiring to the point that it almost feels discouraging to even start or to try to start to make a to-do list. Yeah. So prior to this, I was actually terrified of to-do lists just because that was me once upon a time. That was me, I guess you could say, before last year. I'd create these to-do lists with literally all the things I had to do that day, from like going to the grocery, to the homework that I needed to finish, the work that I needed to do, to the things I needed to watch. I just really felt like I needed to depend on my to-do list to guide me on everything that I needed to do that day, just because I felt like I had so many things I needed to do. And so yeah, I'd never finished my to-do list, and I took that as a very blatant sign of me being unsuccessful and ultimately a failure. I don't know, there's just something about not being able to finish a to-do list that just gets to you. I mean, do you know what I mean? Like, I hope you guys can relate because it is a terrible feeling. Well, I am here today to tell you that your prayers are answered because I discovered a hack. If you stick to this, I promise you, you will always be able to finish your to-do list or accomplish your to-do list, and you'll always end up feeling better after. So, the secret to creating a to-do list that you can actually accomplish, drumroll please. I still need like a drumroll effect. If you guys could link me to like a really good effect, just let me know. For now, let's just pretend. Is what we call the Big Three. So the Big Three is a trick that I learned from Echo Summerhill, and she is a Motivation Tribe entrepreneur and coach. I had the privilege of joining some of her classes, and what I love about Echo is that she just has this wonderful energy. She's so raw and honest, just such a genuine person. So to create your Big Three, all you really do is list down the top 3 things. That's 3 things you absolutely want or feel the need to do today. Nothing more, nothing less. Now I know what you're thinking. Sticking to just 3 things you need to do on the daily is impossible. And I understand, and I get you, I feel you. That was me once upon a time, until I actually gave the Big Three a chance and started to seeing results for myself. So here's the thing. Many times we think that we need to work 20 plus hours and do 20 million things or accomplish 20 million tasks just to get to the top. You know, to be successful. Because that's basically what we saw. It's what we grew up with. But oftentimes, we get so distracted by the glitz and glam portrayed by these successful people that we forget the other part that the films or the TV shows show us, which is that sometimes when you're at the top and you've hustled that way, you are still so unhappy. And so what ends up happening is you finally reach your goal, you're finally at the top, but you can't even appreciate the view from there. And so you end up taking a step back and you think to yourself, what was all the hustling for? What was all the literal blood, sweat, and tears for if you can't even enjoy what you worked so hard to achieve? And that is exactly Echo Summerhill's story. So the reason why committing to the big three is so important when you're crafting your to-do list is because the goal of the big three is to help you to achieve work-life balance. Now, I know we hear this word or this term thrown around a lot, and it's hard to believe, especially when you're working for corporations or companies, etc., etc. And now it's all work from home, and there really is no semblance of work-life balance. But it's important. And if you're struggling to achieve this, then please, please, please be open to trying out the big three. Life is a balancing act. If you give too much of yourself to your job, to other people, and you leave nothing for yourself, for your soul, then your body ends up giving in. And the signs are all there. Your immune system drops, you get cranky, you get sick, you have a harder time sleeping, and some people even spiral into depression. See, man is so much more than just this physical being, okay? And I firmly believe that man is actually made up of body and soul. Maybe for you it's spirit, but in either case or in whatever way, there is something more to man that just separates us from animals and like plants and whatever else in nature in general. That being said, it's not enough for us to just treat our physical bodies. We also have to treat our souls, our spirits. If you're wounded in your soul and your spirit, you have to do something for that too. And that is why it's so important to achieve work-life balance, or that is why it's so important to also make time for yourself on the daily. Because that is what will feed your soul. I always say this on my art page and on my personal page on Instagram. Do things that make you happy. Okay, so when it comes to cutting down your to-do list to just 3 tasks on the daily, because I know that this is something you guys are thinking about, here are some tips that I've gathered after applying the big 3 to my life. So the first tip is to divide your day into different categories. So you can divide it into your work category, personal category. If you're an entrepreneur, you can also put that as a separate category. And to list down the 3 things you absolutely want to accomplish today for each category. Not the things you need to do. I want you to list down the things that you want to do today. Why? Because technically you will always feel the need to do so many things. But when you discover that there are things that you want to do, that makes you prioritize these over the things that you feel that you need to do. It also helps you to have a more positive outlook towards, and I guess positive energy towards the tasks that you actually want to accomplish today. So, for example, this is actually my B2B mug. It's a back-to-back mug that I designed. So yeah, you can see the affirmation front, but I list down also the things that I need to do on the daily. And so these are the 3 categories that I've put down for myself. The first one is for me personally. So as you can see, I had to film, which is what I'm doing right now.
The next thing is to post something on my personal page and to work out, which is what I'll do later on.
So the other category I have here is for my artist page, and the only thing I have to do is to pack because I've had some people who ordered
these mugs for me. I actually have several other designs, so you can check it out on my Instagram. These are called the motivation mugs, and I'm really proud about them. So anyway,
I just have to pack some orders because I'm shipping that out this weekend. And for my third category, this is for the other business I run, which is the essential oils thing, because as you can see, I'm super into essential oils. My whole family is. So I just need to post and to message a few people through our community page. So that's an example of dividing your day into dividing yourself into different categories. Feel free to divide yourself into however many categories you want, but maybe stick to just 3. We're all about 3s here, 3 tasks and 3 categories. Now the next tip is to take the time to prepare your to-do list the night before. This will avoid you waking up feeling anxious and scrambling to figure out what you're going to do that day. This one I really swear by. It holds a totally different power when you plan your day the night before, or if you want, you can even plan like your whole week ahead, but I like to do mine on the daily. That's just my personal take on it. And it's really worked for me. This is coming from someone who's actually diagnosed with anxiety. Waking up and knowing what I need to accomplish that day really helps me to feel like I have some kind of direction and helps me to avoid feeling lost. So the next tip is that if you can, try to sit down 2 times a month to plan out your life 2 weeks ahead. Schedule your meetings, choose days you want to do certain things on, and to commit it. Don't worry about the possibility of something unexpected changing your schedule. Worry about that should it actually happen. So I've been doing this too. I like to plan out my days 2 weeks ahead. I guess it's self-explanatory. I'll really just sit down, plan out the things I need to do, and set it on certain days. This helps me to have something to look forward to every week and helps me to keep track of my life. The last tip is to trust. Trust that your daily efforts are enough to lead you to the kind of success that you want. There's actually no set definition of success. Yes, there's one in the dictionary, but I think success varies for everyone. Success for one person could be, I don't know, earning 7 digits on the monthly. Success for someone else can be finally doing the job that he or she's been wanting to do for so long. And for others, maybe it's just being happy every single day. So success really does vary, but at the end of the day, regardless of your definition of success, it'll all boil down to trust. Trusting that whatever you're currently doing is enough. You don't need to do anything more, you don't need to do anything less. You just need to be here doing what you're doing right now. Now, I know this sounds like a lot, but if you're having a hard time remembering all of this, then you can actually check out the blog I wrote on this on my website. I'll just put the text here below or the link below. Yeah, you can just check it out there. So that's about it, but before we wrap this up, I just wanted to leave you with a thought. If you are currently thinking that your efforts are not enough, I want you to take a step back and analyze why you're thinking that. I mean, who told you that it wasn't enough in the first place? Was it the media? Was it your parents? Was it your friends? Was it a professor or a teacher that you had in school who told you that you need to do more, you need to be more, you need to finish all these things today because successful people look like this, they talk like this, and they do things like this? Success is for everyone, and there's more than enough of it to go around. Your time will come, and more often than not, it won't come in one big go. It'll be a series of mini wins until one day you wake up and realize that you're finally living the life that you've always wanted, that you are successful. So don't rush it, enjoy the ride, because here's a news flash for you. You have time. That's about it for today. Sending you all love and light. I'll see you guys next week for another, I guess we could call this an episode. Have a good day, guys.